can't stay.
Hey everybody, it's Pierre Nadeau here from Exp Realty, and we are extremely excited to have Paul Carney, who has just recently joined Exp with us, and he's one of our newest partners, and I just wanted to interview him today just to find out a little bit more about him and also, you know, why he chose Exp over where he was before. So again, welcome. And maybe you can give us a little bit of a history of where you come from and what you were doing prior to Exp.
Sure, yeah. So over the last decade, I've always had a sales and marketing background. And I had a mentor that actually, I didn't realize she was going to become a mentor of mine, but she encouraged me to get into real estate about 5 years ago. And so I was on a path to getting my license working under her at Royal LePage, and I had just a really great experience there. And I was working on a platinum team as well for 2 years, and recently made the move to go out on my own and grow my own brand throughout the Kingston community. Wasn't looking for a change. I was very happy with where I was, and nonetheless, Pierre and I had a conversation about EXP and the brokerage model, and it was something that once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And something that over a couple of weeks I started really thinking about more and more, and I realized this seems like a really good fit for me. So I'm still on this path of growth in my career. I've come off one of the best years I've had last year, and I'm really excited to continue that path of growth with EXP.
Yeah, so when we first started talking, you said you were looking for growth and you were looking for coaching and you were looking for, you know, you wanted to make your business better, right?
Right.
So what made you decide to join? Like what did you like best? I know there's all kinds of, you know, amazing things about EXP, but what was kind of the main one that you liked?
Well, I think the one that really jumped out at me right off the bat was, as you were talking about, I'm really in this path of growth right now, and that also means this ongoing learning that I want to do. Mm-hmm. And what I really liked about the EXP model was their educational component to it. There's this awesome e-learning platform that they have. And then I started looking at the actual course content that was being covered, and I realized this is something that I can't believe is even part of the brokerage that I don't have to pay extra for. And I see a lot of value in that right now. And this is something that with real estate, it's changing so quickly. The market's always changing, marketing ideas are always changing, and here's a company that's willing to share everything they got to be on the forefront of that. And so what I see with this brokerage is, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to become a better agent. It's going to allow me to have that path, and therefore I'm going to be better for my clients as well too. So I'm really excited to be here.
So you obviously picked it for different reasons than I picked it for. Again, I was in the same boat. I wasn't looking for a change. We just came off our best year ever last year, and we just built a brand new office, and it was like, you know what, I don't really want to do this. Like this, I was looking for reasons not to do it. So I was a skeptical guy. I mean, closing a brokerage, you know, we had a brokerage, you know, we did about 70 million in volume last year, and you know, that was a decent year. So it was like, why, you know, and my wife would say, why are you changing? Why are you making a change after, you know, we just had a great year, everything is fantastic, right? But I guess I saw the potential of, you know, I really like the revenue share part, right? Because, you know, I'm getting close to retirement, and I'd like to retire, but I see so many older agents that aren't retiring because they're like, wow, another 5 years, another 5 years. Well, that's because we've gotten used to such a nice lifestyle, and for those of them that are producing, and it becomes a problem. You can't just leave, right? So for me to have passive income was a huge thing, right? So that's what we were excited about. Now, for my agents, when I presented this, you know, brokerage to my agents, I think at the end of the day, it made them better agents, right? It gave them better tools to grow their business, which is important. You need those tools.
That's what it's all about,
The training, which is really nice, is, you know, there's training for people that are just starting. And then, you know, I have agents that have been on our team for 23 years that, you know, they're not looking for the same training. So now, you know, when you get 40 to 50 classes a week of training, you just pick and choose what you want on Sunday night, right?
There's too many classes to even choose from. And what that allows a guy like me to do is I can go in there and pick exactly what I need to learn for that given week based on the situation that my business is in.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to get access to information. It's another thing to get access to timely information when you need it.
Yeah.
And I love that that's just part of this brokerage.
Yeah. Now, how have you found the transition?
The
Be honest,
transition,
like,
yeah,
how have you found
absolutely. The transition was a scary thing to even think about, and it was actually one of the reasons why I was thinking, should I even do this or not? I've just had a lot of transition with my business lately, going out on my own, and then to do another transition to a new brokerage was a very daunting thing for me to think about. And ultimately, what I can tell you with my transition so far, now that we're north of a few weeks of me being here, I can tell you that it's gone very smoothly. Anything from the branding to the signage to all the support I need to learn the new systems. It was all here. It was either Pierre's door was always open for me, and everything else is a phone call away. There's an amazing support team that I have with the XP, and I got to speak to my broker of record on a regular basis during the transition, as well as some of the higher up executives too, which I couldn't even believe they were making themselves available to me. So I really do feel this sense of team. And right now, my business is just continuing as usual under a new brand, and I'm right back to where I wanted to be, going out and selling.
It's amazing, the alignment. I couldn't believe the alignment of all the people and all the support. Like I mean, you talked to who'd you talk to, Al?
I talked to
Al Stasic, yeah. So Al Stasic took the time. I mean, he's a great leader. He's the one who helped us convert our. You spoke with Andre, who is my sponsor, Jay, and stuff. So those are all people that are going to help us grow this business across Canada, right? So, anyways, yeah. And anything that like, where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years with our company?
That's a good question. Where I see myself is I have goals to try to double my volume over the next couple of years. I know I have the capacity to do it. And in order to effectively do that, I have to make sure that I'm getting really good systems in place, because time is only so finite in this job. And I need to figure out a way to make sure that as I'm growing, I'm utilizing my time effectively and also maintaining a work-life balance as well too.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing with the group and the partners that we have is that with the Kinder Reese coaching, it's just amazing, because it can take your business to the next level. I mean, you want to do 100 deals a year, they'll teach you how to do it. You want to do 300 deals a year. Jay Kinder was doing 500 deals a year. So those are guys that can teach you how to do those things. So there's coaching for all levels, which I love. I'm a huge believer in learning and growing. I know people don't like change, and I'm one of them. And I know that I did not want to change, because this was a huge change for me to take the Nadeau Realty brokerage sign down and now put up a generic Kingston Real Estate sign up, right? So that was a huge thing for me to put my ego aside, but the opportunity was just too huge to not do it, right? And unfortunately, I had a 24-year-old son was the one that kind of convinced me to do it, right? He's like, Dad, you can stick your head in the sand and pretend this ain't happening, but people were saying that about Uber, and people were saying that about Netflix, but you can sit back and pretend and hide, or you can take it and run with it and enjoy the journey. So, we're really excited, and I think this is awesome. You're not a bad golfer either, so I definitely won't put any money on the game when I'm playing against you, but I just wanted to welcome you aboard again, and I look forward to, having some great times and making a lot of money and making sure your clients are very well looked after.
I really appreciate
that.
Thank you for everything.
All right, yeah.
Cheers.
Okay.